Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you've been trying to conceive or are simply curious about how the body starts showing little hints of pregnancy even before a missed period, today's video is definitely for you. We're going to talk about the very early signs of pregnancy in the first 2 weeks. Now, this can be a tricky time because many of these symptoms are subtle and often mistaken for PMS or just everyday changes in your body. But if you're tuned in and paying attention, these little signals can give you a hint that something wonderful is happening inside. The first thing to understand is that during the very first couple of weeks after conception, your body is going through some incredible changes, even if you don't realize it. When sperm meets egg and fertilization happens, the journey begins. The fertilized egg makes its way to the uterus, implants into the lining, and that's when your body starts producing pregnancy hormones, especially HCG, which is responsible for many of the symptoms we'll talk about. One of the earliest signs many women notice is implantation spotting or light bleeding. This usually happens when the fertilized egg attaches itself to the uterine wall. It's often much lighter than a regular period, more like a pink or brownish discharge, and it usually doesn't last long. Because it happens around the same time as when your period might normally arrive, it can easily be mistaken for a light period or spotting, but it's actually one of the earliest signs of pregnancy. Another very common experience is fatigue. If you find yourself feeling unusually tired during the day, even after a full night's rest, it could be your body adjusting to the surge of progesterone and the extra energy it's using to support the new life growing inside. This tiredness is usually deeper than normal, almost like your body is urging you to slow down and rest more often. Hormones are also responsible for breast changes. Tenderness, swelling, or a tingling sensation in the breasts can appear very early on, often just a week or 2 after conception. Some women notice that their nipples look darker or the veins on the breasts appear more prominent. These subtle changes are your body preparing itself for breastfeeding later on, even though that's still many months away. Another early sign is a heightened sense of smell and sometimes changes in taste. Suddenly, foods you once loved may seem unappealing, and certain smells might feel overwhelming. This is also where food aversions and cravings can begin, although cravings tend to get stronger as pregnancy progresses. At this stage, it's more about noticing a shift in how you react to flavors and scents. You might also notice more frequent urination, even in the first couple of weeks. This happens because of the increased blood flow and the kidneys working harder to process more fluid. It's not usually as intense as it becomes later in pregnancy when the baby presses on the bladder, but it's often one of those quiet little clues that something is happening. Mood swings can also sneak in early. The hormonal changes are so significant that you may feel emotional, irritable, or even teary over small things that normally wouldn't affect you as much. These mood changes can feel very similar to premenstrual symptoms, so they're not always easy to recognize as pregnancy-related, but for some women, they're noticeable. One symptom that many people don't immediately connect to early pregnancy is bloating and digestive changes. Hormones can slow down digestion, leading to a feeling of fullness, mild bloating, or even constipation. Again, these can easily be mistaken for signs that your period is on its way, but in reality, they might be your body adapting to pregnancy. Headaches and dizziness, also reported by some women in these first 2 weeks. The increase in hormones and changes in blood circulation can cause mild headaches or make you feel a little lightheaded. Staying hydrated and eating small, balanced meals can help with this. Another subtle but important sign is a rise in basal body temperature. Women who track their temperatures when trying to conceive may notice that it stays elevated for more than 2 weeks after ovulation, which is often a strong indicator of early pregnancy. It's also worth mentioning that not everyone experiences these symptoms in the first 2 weeks. Some women don't notice anything unusual until after a missed period, and that's completely normal. Every body is different, and pregnancy can look and feel very different from person to person. Because many of these early signs mimic PMS, the most reliable way to know for sure is to take a pregnancy test. Home pregnancy tests are designed to detect the hormone HCG in your urine, but depending on the sensitivity of the test and how early you take it, the results may vary. If you suspect pregnancy but the test is negative, waiting a few days and testing again often gives a clearer answer. So, those are some of the most common signs of pregnancy in the very first 2 weeks, even before a missed period. Remember, your body is unique, and what you experience may not match exactly what someone else does. The most important thing is to pay attention to your own body, and if you suspect you're pregnant, follow up with a test or a visit to your healthcare provider for confirmation. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more helpful content on pregnancy and parenting. And if you've noticed any of these early signs yourself, feel free to share your experience in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.